this semester, just like every semester, you guys have been working on the signature assignment. And it is literally a culmination of all the skills that you have been working on this semester. So let me explain how this is going to look and see if I can capture at least 95, 97% of the class. If you have additional questions, of course, ask the questions. But the reason that I am making this recording in the first place is because I am really trying to explain what we're doing in the class for assignment 4 or the hearing. Now, this semester I have done it a little differently. I let you guys choose groups at the beginning, and you did that and have been in the groups from the beginning. Just like every other semester, I have periodically received emails from you stating that no one in your group was participating. And that is unfortunate. But it is not the end. You can do your assignment 4 without having bounced ideas off of the people in your group. None of the points for anything except the journal, and the journals are all individual. It says, did you actively participate in the group? I have always given you guys something to discuss. And as you prepare for journal entry 5 and journal entry 6 and assignment 4, I really want you to think back over all that we have done so far in this semester. Assignment 4 is the hearing. The hearing itself is going to be completely asynchronous. It's going to be a series of recordings that are made in GOVT, which is the system that we use to do our introductions at the beginning of the course. It will start with, and I'm just in one of my classes, we'll start with the judges. The judges will ask questions. And so and they're going to ask questions like you would ask in court. We have, for a few discussion boards, I have had you listen to Supreme Court cases where they were doing oral arguments. The judges asked them questions about the law. The judges asked them questions about their particular case. The judges asked them questions that help them decide how they help them decide the case itself. And that's what the judges are going to have to do. So I am going to set up a link in GoReact. And let's first just take a peek at the signature assignment. I'm going to set up a link in GoReact. And I am going to set it up so that you guys can have reactions to it and can see it, where the judges actually ask questions. Now, there was a journal entry where I had you guys work on questions and work on arguments. And so look at my responses, if I graded them. Look at my responses and see if you are on the right track. Judges are going to be asking questions like, why? Why would the president have excluded this? Doesn't everybody have First Amendment rights? why did the student feel the need to publish this particular cartoon? Why is this case different from Tinker versus Des Moines, where in that case it was decided that students actually do have First Amendment rights, and those were high school students. These are college students. So how could a president justify actually taking away the rights of students to publish? Isn't freedom of speech very important? Don't we have several cases that are showing that prior restraint is such a big deal? Like United States versus Nixon, Near versus Minnesota. It is fundamental. So you can't, I don't, you could ask the president's attorneys, how the heck can you justify going through and censoring prior restraint of a student's publication, their expression? On the other hand, if I were a judge, I would want to know, how is this different from Morse versus Frederick, or the Board of Education, what is the case? The Bethel School District number 403 versus Frazier, where when the student said something inappropriate, the student was punished. And so how can you say that there is no restraint on student speech when there are Supreme Court cases that actually back up the fact that people that are in charge of students are responsible for making sure that they don't have content that is too harsh or that may cause a disturbance? The students all looked at the student handbook. Student handbook for Tarrant County College, and that's the one that we're going to use to argue, says that students have free speech. They have free speech on campus. Just that they do not have the ability to cause a disturbance, to disrupt classroom learning. So there's an argument and a question on both sides about whether or not this particular cartoon could disrupt classroom learning. The ACLU attorneys are going to be arguing this is a clear violation of First Amendment rights. Family Research Council will be arguing on a moral basis that the president was perfectly within his or her rights to protect the students, but they had to do that. So just remember that this is our signature assignment. There are several things that I am trying to do. I am wanting you to critically think. I am wanting you to apply arguments. I am wanting you to analyze cases, and I am wanting you to apply cases to your arguments. I want the judges to apply critical thinking and decide who won. And I am wanting the students to argue exactly what they meant by their cartoon and why they believe that there's nothing wrong with the cartoon and it should not be excluded. So again, the only group that won't have anything to say on camera are the presidents. Presidents, you are in charge of making sure that everybody sees everything, keeping everything organized, helping the students along the way as they're making their Go React videos, And then of course you have to do assignment 5. So you need to comment on the videos on GoReact. You need to if you need to ask any clarifying questions, you can do that, but you are to just make sure that everything keeps going. Remember that our whole case is a pretend case. Pretend case is that Sam's student entered a contest, and the only rules for the contest was that the student code applies. And so the prize for the contest was get your cartoon or article published, get $250, get a position on the school newspaper. And instead of getting his or her $250, Sam's student got an announcement that not only would they not be on the staff of the newspaper, they wouldn't be getting their $250, and their cartoon would not be published because the president of any community college in Texas said no. Said no, this is not being published at my school. So the Sam's student sued their school and said, this is not fair, this is a violation of my rights, and I want my money, and I want my picture to be published, and I want my position on the school newspaper. So just everything that the president did, our pretend president did, was wrong. The case went to district court. Chapter 14 went to district court, and the student lost. Student lost. The district court agreed with all the schools. So the student appealed the case. This case is now in appellate court, 5th Circuit. And so the judges are all 5th Circuit judges. And the attorneys for the ACLU, Family Research Council, the attorneys for the student, attorneys for the president, are all arguing this case in front of the 5th Circuit. Again, the judges will ask questions, and those need to be recorded. I'm going to have the link up. Those need to be recorded pretty soon. Students need to be able to go and look at those and prepare their arguments. So you will have done your assignment 4 if you're a judge when you post your questions. The student attorneys and the interest group's attorneys will do their arguments and make sure that they answer the questions that the judges have asked. So that is the way that assignment 4 is going to go. Assignment 4, or the hearing, is going to be, we're looking at the syllabus, April 21st. So we have a couple of more chapters. We have another chapter quiz, one more group day. And then after journal entries are due, that next school day is the day that we will have the hearing. So I need the judges to get their stuff recorded, journal entry 6 day, to make sure that when all the attorneys are recording theirs, they are answering your questions. I hope that clarifies for this semester what we are doing for assignment 4. The hearing is assignment 4, or the signature assignment. And then your answers to the questions, who had the best argument, that's assignment 5. That's going to be due on the 28th. So I used to do this more toward the end of class, and I want to give you guys a little bit more time. So just note that the hearing is on the 21st. That's when all the attorneys will be making their arguments, and then the judges will have to decide who won, and then you can do assignment 5.